Howdy. Welcome back to Dion Talk. In this video, I'm going to have a conversation with my two friends, Rich.
Howdy.
And Wealthy. Howdy. And my goal by the end of this video is that you understand the difference between the two and you know which one you'd rather be. A lot of us, if not all, would like to win the lottery or inherit a bunch of money from a relative we didn't even know existed who left everything to us when they passed away. But statistically, most people don't know the difference between rich and wealthy, and when a big windfall like that happens, we don't know how to handle it. A lot of studies have been done that show statistically, people who win large sums of money in the lottery are twice as likely to file bankruptcy in the years following their win. Let's start with Rich. Why don't you tell me about yourself?
Well, Dion, I'm a Taurus. I like to work out. I like to date women who are taller than I am. Oh, wait. Did you mean tell you about me or about my finances?
You know the purpose of my channel is to teach the average person that they can reach financial independence in less than 10 years, even if they're not starting from the best position, right?
Yes.
Okay, well then let's focus on finances and not whatever potentially traumatizing things you were about to share with us.
Okay. Well, I'm rich.
And what does that mean to you?
Well, you and I are about the same age, like crazy close in age. And when we were kids, we used to call rich people millionaires. But I don't think $1 million is what it used to be, with inflation. So I have $2 million, so I consider myself rich.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. I wish I had 2 million. Someday, all three of us may have 2 million. But not today. Okay. And Wealthy, why don't you tell us about yourself? Wait, tell us about your finances, okay? Well, I wish I had 2 million, but I do have cash flowing assets that generate about $10,000 in pure cash flow every month.
You make $10,000 a month and they call you wealthy? Do you know how many 10,000s are in 2 million? It's like a lot.
It's true. I mean, I did say I wish I had 2 million too, though. Okay, now let's do an exercise. Let's look at a timeline. Let's say neither one of you worked, and you have $2 million, you make $10,000 a month off your assets, and we're going to try to make this as level a playing field as possible. We're going to say that we take out all of the extras like appreciation. So your cash flowing assets aren't going to go up in value, and we're not going to count, tenants paying down the principals on your mortgage. And with you, we're not going to say that your money in the bank is losing value to inflation every year. So level as we can possibly make it and just focus on the numbers. And it takes me about $30,000 a year to live, but let's say you want to do more and you want to be a lot more comfortable, so let's triple that. $90,000 a year, and then we'll round up just to make it easier numbers. You both spend about $100,000 a year to live. Does that sound fair? Okay. A year from now, Rich, what does that look like for you?
Well, I had 2 million, spent 100,000 in a year. I have 1.9 million left. Still a millionaire. I'd still consider myself rich.
Okay, yeah, I would too. And Wealthy, in a year, what's it look like for you? I make $10,000 a month. In a year, I'd have $120,000. If I'm spending 100, I have $20,000 left.
So 1.9 million to 20,000.
Yep. Okay, let's take it out 10 years. What do we look like in 10 years?
Starting at 2 million in 10 years, spending $100,000 a year, I'd have $1 million left. Still a millionaire, maybe not rich by, the modern definition, but I think I'm doing okay.
And cash flowing $120,000 a year, spending $100,000 in 10 years, I'd have $200,000.
You know $1 million is more than 200,000, right?
Did you have to take your shoes off to come to that?
No, I don't think so.
And just curious, do you like girls taller than you or taller than you in heels? Okay. Not working for 10 years would be pretty sweet. Let's double that. 20 years down the road, how are we looking? In 20 years, I would have saved $400,000 and still not have to work.
And starting with 2 million, spending 100,000 a year, in 20 years, I would have zero, carry the zero, carry crap. I'm going to have to go to work. I'm going to have to get a job. I haven't worked in 20 years. I don't have a work history. Finding a job that pays $100,000 a year is going to be pretty hard. What am I going to do then or now?
The main reason I wanted to make this video is because so many people who are called rich go broke, especially if the money was won or inherited. There was a time where I was trying to explain the difference between rich and wealthy to someone that I know. I told her that if she had a couple $1,000,000 and she didn't do anything smart with her money, eventually she'd run out of money and have to work again. Then I explained if she was wealthy, there was a way for her to put her money to work so that she could live forever and never have to work again. And her response was, it would be awesome to live forever. I don't think I got my point across.
Wait, can I make a time machine and go back to when I had the 2 million and instead of living on 100,000 a year every year, maybe buy some rentals like you and Wealth have and get some cash flow?
You know the 20 years hasn't passed, right? That we were just doing an exercise? Yep, you could start buying those assets now.
Sweet.
I think he needs to start watching your videos, Dion. Do you have a playlist you could recommend for him? I sure do. Here's a good one that you can share with somebody who's just starting on the path to financial freedom or wealth building. Making money is important. Spending less than you make counts because you need to learn how to save. But saving is only step one. Putting that money to work is what matters. So the best thing to do is figure out how you want to put that money to work. Some people grow a business, get it to the point where somebody else can run it. Some people invest in stocks and then use dividends or the 4% rule to live off of. Some people, like me, invest in real estate until the passive cash flow is more than what it costs to live, so that you reach that financial freedom. One of my favorite quotes from Warren Buffett is, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Until my next video, thanks for coming to my Dion Talk. For those of you who stuck around to the end of the video, a little bit of bonus reel in Dion Talk After Hours. Ignore the chainsaw making a bunch of noise in the distance. I am at a home inspection for a friend trying to turn a little bit of her richness into some wealth as she's looking at buying this duplex, which behind me here has really bad curb appeal. Like, it's all dirt, there's this big stump looking thing. I think it's gonna be a good deal because if I switch the camera around here and show you the neighborhood, the house in the back looks good. Across the street is a really well manicured yard taken care of. Good looking business over there. Building next door looks good. And the goal, a lot of times when it comes to investing, is to pick the ugliest property in a good neighborhood. This is a good neighborhood, and this is definitely an ugly property. But with some work, this will turn into cash flow so that she can make work optional.